Hey, what's up? So, psychic, energy, and ethereal vampires. Let's get into it. If you ever felt like you've been drained, you're tired, feeling exhausted, or feeling extreme senses of self-doubt after being around someone and you can't put your finger on it, you don't know what it is, you might have been dealing with one of the three types of vampires. Now, the ethereal one is one that I recently discovered, and we're going to get into that one in a moment, which is probably the most dangerous type out of all of them. But there are ways, fortunately, to protect yourself as well, so we'll get into that. But let's start off with psychic vampires. So when you're dealing with a psychic vampire, you might notice that you have mind fog, that your thoughts are kind of cloudy, that you feel less intuitive, you feel less connected, that you are doubting certain things mentally that you wouldn't normally doubt. That's because they primarily target the crown, third eye, throat, and sometimes the heart chakra. So your crown chakra is going to be responsible for sense of connection to oneness, spirituality, higher dimensions, God, etc. Your third eye chakra is going to deal with your intuition, your dreams, meditative state, etc. Throat chakra, your ability to communicate clearly, your ability to be able to communicate your ideas effectively, work with other people as well. And then your heart chakra, which is your sense of joy, feeling good. When you're dealing with an energy vampires are typically going to target the lower chakras, solar plexus, which has to do with around the abdominals, that has to do with personal power, willpower, passion, strength, courage, confidence. Really important. It's the get up and go energy. You have the sacral chakra, which deals with creativity, fertility, passion, a lot of artistic things. That's the sacral chakra area. And then you also have right underneath that the root, which is one of the most important chakras. That one deals with your stability, your sense of groundedness, your ability to take care of things. Energy vampires tend to like to target those chakras. And then you have ethereal vampires. Ethereal vampires are rare. Hopefully you will not meet any of those. Ethereal vampires, from what I've noticed, are typically those that practice the dark arts, dark occultism, black magic, etc. Ethereal vampires are ones that try to feed off of the entire chakra system, and also what we call energy harvesters. So they identify a target and they like to feed off of their entire chakra system, which deals directly with connection to their energy centers and connection to their spirit. So they like to feed off of that person's vitality, life force, in order to strengthen themselves and to power their own manifestations. This is important to always make sure to avoid these people. So what are things that you're going to look for to make sure that you avoid people like this? Well, as far as energy vampires, you might run into those a lot more frequently. Those are going to be those like rude coworkers, rude bosses, negative people that you encounter, and after dealing with them you feel kind of stressed out, drained, tired. They may be consciously or unconsciously draining energy from you. And you'll know because immediately you'll start to kind of feel tired, you'll feel stressed out. When you feel that way, it's best just to avoid them altogether, because any confrontation or any interaction with them is going to lead to feeling more and more drained. You can't reach a resolution with them and compromise with them or have a sense of understanding between them, because they're essentially there to drain your energy. And again, this could be for a lot of reasons, either conscious or unconscious, but the best thing to do with energy vampires is to not engage. Definitely don't get in any type of confrontation with them. With psychic vampires, that usually is going to involve a closer tie or closer connection. you're normally going to find that if you're dealing with a psychic vampire, they're going to be someone that tries to instill themselves as a friend or as someone close to you, someone that you know, because you have to be closer to a person in order typically to be able to access these chakras. The crown, third eye chakra specifically are about your intuition, your clarity. So pay attention to if you're around people that try to get you to doubt your own ideas, doubt your own mental state, doubt your own beliefs. If people try to bait you into arguments or debate about religion or God or anything like that, they may be trying to work within the mental realm and also within the spiritual realm. So a psychic vampire is a little bit more devastating than an energy vampire, because when you're dealing with the psychic vampire, they can actually change how you see yourself, change your perception or alter your perception, or get you to even alter your beliefs and your ideas to where you end up changing life courses, right? You may become a different religion. It may get you to start thinking that you're doing everything wrong, that you need to take a different path. So these types of vampires are a little bit more devastating. Ways that you'll know you're around them is typically you're going to feel a sense of self-doubt, confusion, disorientation, kind of dizzy when you're around them, unsure of yourself. These are big ones. Those are flags that you may potentially be dealing with a psychic vampire. So again, the way you protect yourself from them, use some type of a shielding technique, and also make sure that you reset yourself after dealing with them. So if you're dealing with a psychic vampire, a great technique is to meditate after dealing with them, or do breathing exercises to sort of reset yourself back to how you were before coming into contact with them. That's going to be really helpful. Ethereal vampires, these are the most dangerous ones. Ethereal vampires are ones that target all of the chakras, in some cases simultaneously, other times they'll target one at a time. Ethereal vampires like to start with the root chakra so they can destabilize the target and get a sense of control over the target. They also like to work on the lower chakras because not only does that give them a form of an energetic high, these people who practice energetic vampirism as actual deliberate practice, not only do they get an energetic high from that, but they also get a sense of power and control. See, for them, it's hard to tell if you are feeling cloudy or having self-doubt or having mental fogginess or confusion. They can't observe that and take note of that. But if you're doing things that involve your lower chakras, such as, let's say you always go to the gym, but all of a sudden you stop going. These are observable things that they can use to gauge how well it's actually working. So they're going to look at your patterns. They're going to look at, if you normally curl your hair every day, did you completely stop curling your hair? How active are you with your activities, with what you normally do? They're going to look at how you manage your day-to-day life. This helps them to gauge how well their techniques are working and if their techniques are actually being effective or not. So typically they're going to start with the lower chakras. They're also going to try to keep you involved by getting a connection to your heart chakra, which is your sense of joy, compassion, empathy, affection, etc. I've noticed a lot of times ethereal vampires try to come on as potential relationships. This is so if somebody is an ethereal vampire and you guys are dating, it's really easy for them to keep tabs on you because they have access to your phone, they have access to your address, they have access to your comings and goings, they can watch and monitor your routine and kind of go unnoticed. With that, if they also have a strong connection with you through your heart chakra, meaning they have convinced you to have empathy for them, or they have convinced you to have strong feelings or emotions or compassion for them, maybe they've done this through telling you sad stories or through inducing you to feel sympathy for them. This may help them to connect with you more, or if you have feelings of love for them. So this forms an attachment. Your heart chakra helps form an attachment to the ethereal vampire. But the first areas they like to target are your lower three chakras. This is so they can monitor you and so they can track their progress. Once an ethereal vampire feels like they've gained control over you, over your routines, over your day-to-day comings and goings, at that point, they are going to move to the crown, third eye, and throat chakra. Okay, and all of this can happen within a matter of days, really. With an ethereal vampire, though, it's typically going to be a little while, but you're going to start noticing changes pretty much as soon as dealing with them. We'll get to that in a moment. But after attacking the lower chakras, they're going to try to attack the top chakras. They want you to feel cloudy, disorientated, confused, to question your own judgment, and this can take a variety of forms. It can take the forms through them gaslighting you, through them manipulating you, purposely triangulating you, or causing things to get you to doubt yourself and to question your own logic. Meanwhile, they're attacking your lower chakras at the same time. So when you combine that, it creates a situation where if they gain enough control over you, you can start harvesting your energy through feeding off of your energy while you're in this state. And if you're connected to them through the heart chakra, through love, compassion, empathy for them, then you're pretty much almost like you're pretty much stuck in that state where they will continue to feed off of your energy. Now, one way to gauge if they are trying to do this is if they come on really strong as like a long lost love, soulmate, or anything like that, and it's very intense right off the bat, and the first thing they're trying to do is gain a really intense heart-to-heart connection with you through love flooding or something along those lines, or if they seem over the top passionate about you or trying to induce feelings of passion or trying to do what's called future faking, maybe saying that they're going to take care of you or they're going to be there for you, things that are attached to your root chakra, or over the top with complimenting you, with trying to build you up. Again, this is going to be more towards the solar plexus. I would really watch out for that. One key way to identify them is to basically take your time. Tell them you want to take your time and get to know them. And you'll find that that's one thing they can't do, because in order for this to work without them being identified, they have to come on usually pretty strong and pretty fast. So it's not very likely that they're going to want to take time and get to know you and have a respect for your routines and your day-to-day activities. In fact, if they see that they're around you and you still wake up at the same time, you still are staying on track with your goals and your routines, you're not distracted by them, they will get extremely frustrated, because someone who's trying to practice energy vampirism, their whole goal is to distract you, lead you off target, and gain control over you as quickly as possible. So if you're sticking to your routines, your goals, etc., that means what they're doing is not working. You will observe a breakdown within the ethereal vampire where they will get extremely frustrated, agitated, and they may even have an outburst or something like that out of nowhere, because they can't wait. They need to be able to try to take control as quickly as possible. Other ways to protect yourself is to definitely use your intuition whenever you're dealing with these people, because it's really important to protect and to make sure that you are feeling at your absolute best. For more information on this topic and other related topics, please check out my other videos, and also you can join my members channel by clicking on the link in the description bar. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and thanks for watching.